Yo, 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 good morning, good morning, good morning. Tune in to another episode of the Wonder Kid Morning Show live. And yes, I am here. I don't think he has to be introduced, but if you don't know him, I'm here with Coach, aka Sip the Tally from Sip the Tally Films, and also more of Sip the Tally. Make sure y'all go out there and subscribe and support that channel. What's good, Coach?
Chilling, man. Getting ready for big grub day tomorrow. Got family around, so it's a good time.
Gobble, gobble. Yeah. Did you know that what's it called? Female turkeys don't gobble.
No.
You didn't know that, right? I didn't know that either. They cackle. I didn't know that. Little Thanksgiving, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hey,
Let me.
I lived in the country, but never knew that.
I never knew that either, bro. And mind you, my family is from like countryside Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying. So I didn't know that. Let me say good morning to everybody. Typical Cam. Good morning. Good morning. Ashley Royalty. Always a pleasure to have you, madam. Let's see. Zelly, what up? What up? What up? Let's see. Abdi, yo, what's up? Good morning. Good morning. All right, we got some people in here. Robert Webb, good morning. Good morning. All right, guys, we're gonna get this started. So I did a video on this, and Coach is here because I want to know what Coach thinks about this. Because everyone says Nitro be in his feelings, right? So, Nitro be in his feelings. So Peter Schrager, who is very well known from Good Morning Football
Mm-hmm.
all the way to ESPN,
Mm-hmm.
came out, okay, and pretty much stated in a tweet that in 2020, Aaron Rodgers threw 48 touchdown passes and just 5 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought we'd see a bigger gap in touchdowns to interceptions in a single season. Through 11 games, Matthew Stafford has thrown 30 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Simply remarkable run the last 2 months from Stafford. Now, Coach, that by itself, it doesn't sound too bad, right?
Don't sound too bad. No, on the surface, no.
On the
That's
surface.
what. That's a 43 difference between Aaron Rodgers and then Matthew Stafford is currently 28. So that's still a 15 TD to interception mark that leaves some gray area.
Yeah. So I said, okay, maybe. But then, you know what I'm saying? You got to look into other things, Coach. And you know me, I keep everything going. So this is James Palmer. He put this
Mm-hmm.
out after. He says, he's the best QB in the NFL right now. He's operating in complete control and at a level you don't see very often right now. Defenses don't have an answer for him. He's playing at a faster speed than defenses can play at because he's seeing it so well and he's dictating everything at the line of scrimmage. And with the different groupings they are using, they pull your linebackers in with the tight ends, and then drop back to pass so well. He's the best play action QB in the NFL. He's been the best in football against the blitz. I can't believe that's happening right now. He's outstanding in the red zone and the short red zone area. They have the shortest distance to go on third downs. Now, Coach, on the surface, what do you think about that?
They just bigging up, the season Matthew Stafford's having, to try to compare him with great other seasons from quarterbacks. So on the surface, it looks like they just, they got a guy and they, give him his flowers while he's here. That's what it looks like.
That's what it looks like. For context, guys, I tell you, I bring everything full circle, Coach, you included, right? They came
Mhm.
out and said, verbatim, a season of this magnitude, if he continues on this pace, deserves to be unanimous as an MVP.
Correct.
Coach, what do you think about that, what I just said?
I know similar seasons that didn't even win an MVP. So
Didn't even win.
what are you talking about here, Mister?
Mm.
There's something fishy's going on.
Fishy. Real fishy. Zelly the Ninth with a $5 donation. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Zelly. Thank you for that donation. Best nation.
Best nation is donation.
Best nation is donation. And because we're on here, we can show it. Yes, sir. It's one good thing about StreamYard that I can show this stuff. Other things I can't use. But thank you so much, Zelly, for that donation. Okay, so, Coach, just for giggles, I wanted to show you this. right?
Mm.
Oh, you know what that is?
Yeah, I know that guy. I know him
You,
very well.
you know him very well.
Mm-hmm.
I could swear he was the quarterback for a team we root for.
the Hey man, we'll see him. We'll see him tomorrow, and we saw him Sunday, and we know we talk about him a lot. So yeah, we have a inclination of who this individual is.
Yeah, yeah, we do. And his name is Lamar Demetrius Jackson. Now, guys, I want you to look at the final stat for 2024. I'm not living in the past. What I'm doing is I'm showing you how they shape the future.
Well, they brought up the pass when they added Aaron
Yes,
Rodgers in there. So
but I know how people like to say things. Oh yeah, that's done, that's gone, that's in the past. That's last season. But my
mm-hmm,
point in doing this is showing you how they look at the past to shape the future.
mm-hmm,
That we're going to go deep into this. Pause. So Lamar Jackson's final stat for 2024 was 4,172 passing yards, 41 passing touchdowns, 4 interceptions
true.
by itself. Those are his passing numbers. Also, 4th highest passer rating of all time. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's not including the 915 rushing yards and 4 rushing touchdowns.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Now, for the numerical standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers was a 43 touchdown interception ratio difference. Right, currently Matt Stafford is what 27 is the number, if I'm not mistaken, and that right there is what 37. So how do you mention one without mentioning the other? He would have Stafford would at least have to pass this before he even talk about Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, and his steps and his levels to it. You got to level up, or
Coach,
you just circumvent and go around the top to the manager.
Coach, why you cooking like that? It ain't even Thanksgiving yet. Why are you throwing so much seasoning on the topic?
I cooked my ham last night, buddy. So I'm still in that mode.
Oh, but don't worry, Coach. I got something else for you because you know I got to bring it full circle. This is the touchdown pass ratio for the NFL history in the last, I believe, since 2010. This is it.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers, 48-5.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that number 2?
Lamar Demetrius Jackson, aka Freaky L.
Oh, okay. It's then Foles at 3. You remember
And
that year?
keep in mind, Foles was the backup. He
The
came in
backup
when
that
somebody
came in
got
to
hurt.
on Philly. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
you remember. Yes, okay. Because isn't that when he had Chip Kelly?
I think so. I think that's the birth of the Philly special. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. No, not before. That's
I
before.
think.
That's before. That's
I
when they
th-
tried to make Foles the starter.
no, I think when he came in and was the backup, he got the Philly special in the touchdown. If I'm not mistaken, I mean in the Super Bowl. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. Chat, let me know if I'm wrong.
Wasn't that when he took over for Vic? Yeah,
I think
remember.
I think it was the second. I don't remember.
All right, cool. But okay, so Foles is number 3, and
Mhm.
so that one's good. 4th is Aaron Rodgers. Who's number 5 right there?
Didn't even notice that. Honestly, sitting here looking, didn't even notice it. It's
Didn't even
Freaky L
notice it,
one more
right?
time. Freaky L again.
He there another time. Hold on. We're not done. Then you have Matthew Stafford there with the 27-2.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Who's right after Matthew Stafford again?
Oh. The Spider-Man meme. Lamar Jackson. 27-2?
Huh?
Man.
Guys, I wanna make sure that y'all understand where I'm coming from with this, right? And Coach, you know this better than I do, right? Race is a thing to me that has always been used in sports. We see it all the time. You see it in boxing matches. If you're predominantly white, you're probably going to root for the white boxer. If you're predominantly black, you're probably going to go for the black boxer. If you're predominantly Mexican, you're going to root for the Mexican boxer, right or wrong.
For the most part,
There's
yeah.
never been
Unless there's
nothing
some
wrong
kind
with
of
that.
connection,
Yeah.
there.
So there's never been nothing wrong with that, right or wrong.
You kind of root for your own at times. It's life.
It's life.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. But what we've seen and what has happened is that they have changed and shaped history for players that they deem worthy and then disassociate themselves or diminish the players that have already operative word, earned
Mm-hmm.
the same accolades and then tried to take them away.
Right. Now, what I will say in defense of Stafford is Stafford has paid dues,
Yes,
and I understand, because he is extremely efficient, and I don't, none of this is to me is a put down of Matt Stafford. It's a put down of how people portray Lamar versus other great quarterbacks and refuse to
yes,
acknowledge how good of a football player he is. 'Cause I
yes,
almost said athlete, but I'm not going to put him athlete. How good of a football player he is because
yes,
he's broken so many stigmas.
yep,
You should be a receiver. Let's put you in these packages where you can just come in and run. Then once you get the job, or let's let your legs be the main focus. And
yes,
so no, we don't. Now we don't upgrade the passing game to because you're developing as a passer. And now it's to the point where he's overcome all that. He's the best rushing quarterback ever.
ever.
He's on pace to be one of the better throwers of the football ever.
Yes,
Um, only thing he's missing is the creme de la creme. So with all these
absolutely.
accolades that he has so far, once he wins the Super Bowl, you can go ahead and start printing gold jackets because that's the only thing he's missing. And once he get one, I think that hunger will lead to multiples.
And that coach, I've said that multiple times. I think that once he gets that monkey off his back, because you learn kind of how to win, you learn how to
Hmm.
do certain things. The first one's always the hardest. I think that he's going to have multiple. I couldn't put this up, but I don't like Emmanuel Acho. Emmanuel Acho, who's in this too. And mind you,
Hmm.
this is because I keep everything full circle. This is a black man we are talking about. Okay. He came out and said, give Lamar Jackson part ownership of the franchise at this point. It's nothing without him.
It's crazy how he flipped, man.
Yeah.
He's so wishy washy.
But yeah, that's my point, right? Because I'm gonna show you how this is crazy, right? Because you remember he was one of the prime suspects into championing Josh Allen,
Hmm.
right? And then after the Ravens started to lose, he went out. There's a video of it. I don't like to show him to give him any, you know what I'm saying? Um, came out in the video and pretty much said, not even pretty much, a quote was said where he goes, I can't go back into the past
Hmm.
and change what I have said or done. That being said, if we're looking at valuable to a team, the absence of Lamar has proven how much the Ravens truly depend on him.
Hmm.
Now, the reason why I brought him up specifically, because I want to show how, even if somebody looks like you, they can still be a part of the establishment
Right.
and riddle off certain things, tropes,
Hmm.
tropes that have been taught, conveyed, and been generalized towards almost a foundation of the NFL. This man Flex was that
one of these.
man. I haven't had a nookie since I was probably like 9 years old. That is crazy. I
That's
really forgot
throwback
what a
there,
cookie
boy.
was.
That's
Man,
throwback.
throwback, major time. Shout out to you, Flex. But now you're seeing all this stuff coming up, and I really wanted to touch on that because, Coach, from your mindset, and I'm asking you this man to man.
Hmm.
When we're looking at players and how it shapes history, how detrimental is it to the future when you are diminishing these players now? And how does that affect how they are viewed later?
What I will say, and that's an interesting question. What I will say is, from being around younger athletes at this point,
Yeah.
for the most part, what those what us older people say about them, they don't care. They don't listen to it. You could they just don't care. So it don't affect a lot of them. You can if you get to your late 20s, your mid 30s, that generation still kind of cares what people say about them. But
Yeah.
these young cats, they don't care one iota what you say about them. So I don't think it's like when people say that, they're almost like, okay, bet. They don't take it personal. They're like, I'm just gonna show you. It's more so, you know, I'm I'm gonna show you what you're talking about is irrelevant, and I'm gonna show you that you're irrelevant. So they don't really hurt their feelings. That most of them use as motivation. They don't take it as a diminishing you know, now there are some tweeners out there that probably could see Lamar as, this is the guy that I want to be like, but I don't like the way they're talking about him. Now that could hurt their feelings, and that could push them to do different things, and they could be coerced to go play receiver or go play running back or go play DB like they tried to do Steve McNair. But
Yes.
it's for the most part you got to use this fuel. You got to have thick skin, because if you play sports, you're a public figure. Even if it's on a high school level, your skin has to be thick to take criticism, take constructive criticism, and also be able to accept praise without it going to your head. And that's the biggest part of the situation right there. These athletes can't take praise without it going to their head. They don't know how to take the good and the bad on the same level. And that's what I think Lamar does great. Because when you talk good about him, he's, yeah, thank you, appreciate it. When you talk bad about him, yeah, okay, it is what it is. He never too high, never too low. And that's what I love about him.
Yeah.
He's cool, calm, and collective. Even when, he'll celebrate when a big play happens, but for the most part, he right back to even keel. Like the little clip with Zay talking about Jameis Winston. Lamar's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. The reason why, and coach, I get exactly what you're saying on that. I don't even disagree with it because you're 1,000% correct. This new generation different, bro. New generation totally different, bro. But how am I trying to shape this? The people in the media that matter.
Yes.
The ones, because they used to say, like, when you win a war, they write sonnets about you. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. The people that matter, that write in the books, historical documentation about you. Not so much because I call it like the Allen Iverson effect, right? Like when we look at Allen Iverson, the fans and stuff that have such a high regard, even players say AI was him. Like y'all don't recognize just how talented, how good he was, right? But then you get to the media. And the media is the one where they write the stories that you are now, when you go back to look him up, that's what comes up.
Well, when you go back to look, question for you, when you go back to look Allen Iverson up, who's going to be the guy writing most of those stories?
Stephen A. Smith.
Exactly. And before he was this Stephen A. Smith, he was I would say a good Stephen A. Smith. Because there are things that he wrote about Allen Iverson that bumped him up. And there are things that he did not write about Iverson that kept Iverson bumped up that he could have wrote.
Yeah.
Now this Stephen A. Smith might not do that.
Yeah, probably not.
That Stephen A. Smith, I think they had like a good love-hate relationship. And and it basically Stephen A. Smith rolls with Allen Iverson. And so it depends on who's writing it and what their morals are. And I don't think his morals are the same as they were now because he's getting the bag. But I'm trying to think, because you say the people that are writing the historical content about you, and I was thinking like, who's doing that now? Is your footprint, your social media, your digital, is that's going to be your footprint, your legacy going forward? Because it's not a lot of books being written at this time.
Because okay, I get what you're saying on that, right? Because I was thinking the same thing, and I figured that's where this might go, right? Because even now, when you look back and saying how he's remembered, athletes are taking it upon themselves to have, let's say, like now he has that thing on Amazon, I believe, right? To kind of clear up media discrepancies. It's on the athletes to do that. You even seen the what's it called with Michael Jordan when certain stuff was being said about him, and then
The last dance.
The Last Dance, and then he comes out with this, and it clears up so much of the thought process of Michael, because people don't remember, or sometimes they clip out, because during that time when LeBron and everything else, people were saying, yo, Mike wasn't as good as people think, and he was a possessive gambler, he was a bully, you know what I'm saying? These are the words that were being used to describe him within the media. And that's what it was starting to taint, or you know what I'm saying, his legacy. And then he came out with The Last Dance, which cleared up everything, which to me, it was such a beautiful chess move, because during the COVID pandemic, we were all forced to be inside. Everybody watched it. So it literally pivoted the narrative that was being painted about him and turned it on its head. Right. And even one of the points when he said he goes, you know what I'm saying, this is the way I did it. if you didn't win anything, you probably got a problem with it. Like right in
Exactly.
your yeah, right in your face with it. And it was like,
Mhm.
wow, that's what a just I'm just here to win at any cost.
Mhm.
This is winning. This ain't about me. This is about how can we, not me, win.
Right. And
Knowing
I do
that,
like the fact that they can go back and clear stuff up like that because
that's
you
my
see once
point.
he put stuff in perspective, and now everybody's like, okay, cool, we understand now. But then
Yeah,
there's one person that has a problem with it. Well, two people
yeah.
because they
Instead
weren't
of
portrayed. They weren't portrayed like the guys that when they were the quote unquote good guys and
yeah.
Mike was the bad guy. That was cool. But now the truth done came out, and y'all like down here you got a problem with it. You Horace and Scotty both.
Scott, you know what's funny about Scotty is that anytime Michael has talked about Scotty, he has said, you can't mention me without Scotty. He is the greatest teammate I have ever had. And
Mm-hmm.
we don't win those without Scottie Pippen. I kind of feel like Scottie Pippen, because of the digital age and how everybody now, for bad or for worse, everybody got a voice. I kind of feel like that Robin title
Mm-hmm.
really took its toll on him. What do you think?
So I would say that he probably was cool with that because he knew Mike was gonna go down as one of the greats. I think what bothered him was, and I don't even think it bothered him when it was happening. I think when he looked back on, it, he was like, "Well, I should have stepped up more for myself." Was when they went to coach in clutch moments instead of him, and it kind of showed. Well, maybe you ain't as good as we thought you were. That you can't even be the man on your own team when the
Mhm.
real man's not there anymore. So all that kind of built up to a dislike for Mike. Because Mike's gonna be aggressive. Mike's gonna demand the most out of you. Mike's gonna demand that you go all out. And if you don't, he gonna tell you about it.
Yeah.
So and I think that build up on Scotty it's just over. It was brewing, but it just spilled out once the last dance came out because he wasn't portrayed like everybody thought he was.
But Mike wasn't even on the team when that happened. Remember,
I
Mike was out.
know.
He wasn't even out there. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like it's like, well, I could blame you, even though Phil Jackson at the end of the day had the final call.
Mm-hmm.
You took yourself out of that game.
Yep.
You took yourself out of the game. And then to make it worse, Kukoc hit the shot, which means the coach was right. That's the worst thing. It's like, you don't need me. Go ahead. Prove that you don't need me.
Bucket.
Switch. Oh, darn, they don't. No. You know what I'm saying? That boy had 20, that hindsight 2020 boy.
and, and like what D Wiz said, that is icing on the cake. I ain't gonna repeat it, but you'll see it up there. That's icing on the cake.
Yeah. I just, coach, when we're looking at these athletes, a lot of times sports are a microcosm of society. We've heard that before. It's supposed to be fair, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know nothing's ever fair. But it's supposed to be pretty much a meritocracy, right or wrong.
Right. Right.
Right? The best play, hard work pays off, determination is fuel. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how it's been portrayed. When we're seeing the stuff that's going on with even, I'm saying, the MVP voting for the NFL, it's coming along the lines like people's biases are starting to shine past the meritocracy. It's starting to overtake it. Before, we
Mm-hmm.
always knew people had biases. But
Right.
now it's like their biases are going above what the level that it's ever supposed to ever reach. And to me, it's almost diluting certain awards, certain accomplishments that for years were like the creme de la creme.
Mm-hmm.
What is your thought on that?
All in sports, whatever the top number is,
Mm,
that's your goal to get to.
yeah,
So whether it's soccer, football, basketball, baseball, if you're not trying to be the best in that sport, what
yeah,
are you really here for? Is it other than the big payday? But for the real guys that's trying to be the it ain't just about the money. They're trying to be the best of the best. That's why people go so hard in all season training. Why you think Derek still put his body through what he put it through at 31, 32 years old? Derek is in my opinion, is a stamped Hall of Famer. The Tom Brady. Why did he play so long? Because he could still win. LeBron, why he still playing? Because he's still one of the best to ever do it. You shoot for the top of the list,
Yes.
and basketball, it ain't but two up there that you can. In my opinion, it's really LeBron and
Mike.
Mike. And Mike, because of his clutch gene and what he did in those 6 titles, and LeBron with that as well, but also longevity. You can't discredit LeBron's longevity and what he does for his body and for the game. Because, in my opinion, LeBron probably could have double-digit MVPs. That run from right before leaving Cleveland the first time through Miami to first getting to LA,
Yeah.
LeBron could have 8, 9 MVPs in my opinion, and probably should have more championships. Even though he got 2 with the team I like, just not being a Heat fan, he should have 7, 8 rings because he's been the best player in the league for a long time. Now he's not that now. We got this foreign invasion coming in, but what American players gonna take that? Like, look, we can't just let these Europeans come in and take a wild sport. Well,
Yeah.
because the best players in the league right now are all not from here.
Giannis. Let's see. Giannis, Joker,
SGA, Joker,
SGA. What's the tall linker guy?
Luca,
Luca, the alien from San Antonio.
Wimbiana,
Yeah, you know
Oh
that.
yeah, he from Paris.
Yeah. So yeah, the top 5.
Yeah, I think them the top 5. And like somebody just said, Ant's there, but he ain't.
And it ain't top 5
Yeah, he ain't top 5 yet.
because you ain't picking Ant over any of the 5 that I just said. You're not taking Ant over Giannis, Joker, Wembanyama, Luca, or SGA.
Who would you take out of them 5 if you start a franchise? Out of them 5 we
Oh,
just named,
that's
who would you
easy.
take?
Oh, Giannis
Oh
all
no,
day. Giannis.
no.
Giannis affects the
I'm,
game,
I'm taking
defense, and
Wimby.
offense.
I'm taking
What?
Wimby.
Oh,
I'm taking Wimby, boy. I'm taking
he's a
Wimby.
Wemby. Not me. Now you can. I coach.
Wimby's a 7'4" point guard. That man
That's a.
got everything a guard can do, and he blocking 35 shots a night.
Here's the thing with that, and LBH. Shout out to the lunch break I take. Jose and Rodney. Got to show them love too. I'd had this conversation with them too, and I
Mhm,
said, when you're that tall, because basketball is my first sport. When you're that tall and you got to dribble and all that type of stuff, now it's more because you can't really get up under them and stuff like that.
mhm,
That's one of the biggest reasons now you're having so much bigger guys taking the ball down court. But your ankles, your feet,
mhm.
and you've seen them already have some injuries, right? When you're that long and that big, you have foot injuries, even if you're skinny. What's his name? The unicorn that was drafted by Phil Jackson for New York. Manute.
Um, shoot. Uh, Dog, the Russian dude.
Yeah.
God, I
Manute,
can't think of his name.
he's not the first. Like people, like when you go back and look at even Manute Bol was graceful with the ball, but
Mhm.
back then you had to, if you were a center,
You
you had to
down that
bang.
paint.
You got to be in
Porzingis,
that
that's who it
paint.
is.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Porzingis.
Dirk.
Yeah, thank you. Shout out to you. Let me put that up. Is that Porzingis? Yes.
Hmm.
Remember, remember Phil Jackson called Heat from for drafting him.
Yep.
And then the injury started to what's it called? Started to add up. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So usually when you're that tall, the injuries are your feet. Yao was on the heavier side, but he had trouble with his feet.
Yep.
New Bull had trouble with his feet. This is why I broke down to them. I said, if you go down the list, when you're that tall, even the tallest man of all time, he had to walk with a
George Murray, not Murray's son. Oh, you mean of all time?
of all time, he had to
Oh
walk
yeah,
with a
yeah.
cane because his
He had to walk
feet.
with a tree.
Yeah, with a tree. Yo, facts, because that cane was taller than me. I'm 5'10" without the fro. So
Hmm.
yeah, so like when I look at Wemby, that's why. I'm not saying the man's not talented.
Hmm.
I'm not. I'm saying that you're going to have a player that's probably going to be injured a lot. And the best ability is availability.
Yeah, true that.
You know what I'm
Shout out to
saying?
Todd Gurley.
Yeah, because look, Ty Gurley, you've seen it. People don't realize how dominant Ty Gurley
That's
is.
hey, don't we not finna do that. That's my
Coach,
dog right there, boy. That's
bro.
my dog. I had the biggest whatever you want to call it when you like sports like that. That was my dog. That You couldn't tell me nothing about Todd Gurley.
He still has, since the time he was in the league, he's still like top 5 in touchdowns from the time that he's retired. I can show it to you.
I
which
believe
is
it.
crazy. And
Well,
he's been out of the league
crazy
for
thing
years.
is, I don't know if you remember now, but Todd Gurley was a kick returner at Georgia. The starting running back was the kick returner.
I didn't even
Animal. Todd Gurley was an animal, boy. Like, if it wasn't for what I think it was knees or whatever, man, he was the complete back. Size, vision, speed, pass blocking, catching the ball at the backfield. He was the new version of Marshall Faulk. A bigger version of Marshall Faulk.
Yeah. And people don't realize that you can have all the talent in the world. Injuries can rob you of all of your superpowers.
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing it now with Zion.
Yeah.
Zion is Charles Barkley in today's league. And when he starts to put his head down because he's so wide, boom, bam. It's like everyone's like, oh my God, and he's shorter than me. And he's just boom, boom, boom. And he has amazing leaping ability. And guess what? Injured.
Yep.
Hammy. Ankle. You know what I'm saying?
Has he played 50 games?
I don't think he's ever played 50 games. Hold on, coach. Hold on now. You're talking. I
don't think in his career he's ever played more than 50 games.
Let me go check that, coach. Listen, man. When you talking, man. Let me go check. No, he has. He's played 50 games twice.
Okay.
He's had 71 year, which he averaged 22, 9, 5, and 5. But that was the year where he was fighting to stay on the court, but he kept having nagging injuries, if you remember. Okay. He kept going
second
down.
year, maybe? Second year?
And so it went, let's see, his first year was 24. Second year was 61. Then it was 29, 70, 30, and now he only has 8.
Oh.
And mind you, 22, 5, and 4. 51% from the field.
Crazy. Because he get into the rack when he want to. And then when you get there, that big body, he just bumping you out the way.
Yeah. It's inertia. It's science. Like, he not only is he running through there, but size. Like, he weighs more than you're going to bounce off of him.
And, going back to what we're talking about with the media, what is going to be said about him?
Oh, yeah.
What's going to be his footprint?
Yo, you know what's crazy? Even and I'll bring it back to Iverson. I was at a get together with some friends. Like, these decided to get together, and we were talking about players, and everyone, Iverson was my guy. When I was growing up, my game was modeled after Iverson's and my father's. Those are the two guys that modeled my game after. And I remember somebody say, yeah, he's a ball chucker. He's a, you know what I'm saying? If you take that many shots, you eventually get 30. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I said he barely took more shots than Kobe. And the whole place went crazy. They were like, wait, are you crazy? You outside of your mind. Like, matter of fact, I think Kobe took more shots than Allen Iverson per game for his career. Yep. And they were like, there's no way. And we had to look it up. And statistically, I was correct. And they were like, I was like, because you've been fed through the media, that notion. So you just believe, because if you keep hearing something, eventually.
He's a ball hawk. Kobe a ball hawk. Kobe a ball hawk. Kobe a ball hawk. Allen Iverson a ball hawk. He give volume shots. So you think that because I would say Kobe has more accolades, that Iverson was just a one trick pony. I score a lot because I shoot a lot.
Yeah.
Well, how else you gonna put it in the bucket?
Which is crazy because during that time you had to me it was Tracy, Kobe, and Iverson, the shooting guards. And they all had where they all could score, but they had certain areas where they were better. Like, to me, the best defender out of them was Kobe. The best rebounder and what's it called? You know what I'm saying? Overall player was T-Mac. And the best passer and for steals was Iverson. Yep. You know what I'm saying? That's how I kind of did that up. You know what I'm saying? This man said, yo, I promise you. Don't be one of those. Listen, I remember my parents banned me from the rec when they owned the store because I was taking too many people's money, and they came into my parents' store on everything I love. And one of the older gentlemen, I was probably at the time 17 years old, came in there complaining I'm taking people's money. That's seriously. And my dad banned me for 4 months from the recreational center. So that was my vice as a kid. I was never drinking or partying, but gambling on basketball that I play, it's like, you talking? Put your money where your mouth is. That's how I was growing up. It's like, you better than put your money where your mouth is. And I wasn't as down to earth as I am now. I was more type of guy when I was in school. I would buy new shoes and tell everybody, like, yo, look what your money done bought me, baby. These are nice, real nice. That's how petty I was. I ain't petty like that no more. God's
Boy,
gonna work with me.
hey, I was thinking, glad you went to the school you went to. That wasn't gonna fly mine.
Boy, you know how much fights those got into because people ready to fight. Because and this is adults. Like the guy that came into my parents' establishment, he at the time he was like in his 30s, 40, almost 40.
Mm-hmm.
He came in there complaining like he taking people money. My dad was because Pops is a pastor, so he was mad. He's like, you going down there gambling? It's like, Pops, they talk too much. Sometimes you got to put your money where your mouth is. You ain't going back. They took the keys and everything.
The feds got you. The toll on you.
Boy, I was so bad because I'm like, you a snitch. I was like, boy, Bob bring. I don't know. I grew up in the older time when you did something wrong. Your mom bring you up to the altar at church. Mm-hmm. They won't even tell you what you did, but you got to go to the altar for your behavior. And Bob, I remember they were like, come on, who needs prayer and having trouble? Mom just walked next to me, grabbed me by the arm. I was like, oh. Yo, bro, man. Oh my gosh.
You never get pulled down by your ear, did it?
No. Okay, never by the ear.
I've seen that happen before.
Yeah, I was the drummer of the church, so they didn't do that too much. Yeah. But it was more just, you're gonna get up here. You're not gonna say nothing.
With one of these.
Like, I was looking at you like, you gonna move. Yeah, I was definitely known for that growing up. But you know what I'm saying, Coach? Back to the point at hand. All of these players we've seen how the media can dictate how you are viewed because they're on the platforms, they have the money, they have all those things to keep it on replay.
Right.
And I don't want to see that happen personally to a Lamar. We already listen, you seen the Shadur madness going on, right? Listen, Coach. Oh my! Listen, man. And I remember hearing him talk the other day. I was listening to him after the game because I watched it. I wish I would have did it live, but I didn't watch it live. Or do it, the live with the Wonderkin show and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it. I remember hearing him. He's like, "Look, man, at the end of the day, I just want to thank God for everything, man, and my teammates being so supportive. It's hard, It ain't easy, And at the end, he throw in that little jab like, but this is all off one practice. Things are getting dangerous. You know what I'm saying? just to throw that little jab in there. And they're taking that clip and they are running with it so much that you would think this man was robbing people.
Right.
What is your thoughts on that?
And I know it's cliche to say it, man. You just got to block out the noise. You just got to block out the noise and focus on whatever your task is at hand and get it done, man. You just got to ignore what you got to ignore what people say about you.
Yeah.
You got to believe in yourself. And if your words about faith are not empty, then you're good. If what you talk about your faith is what you really believe, then you should be good. And whatever happens, happens. Because if he fails at football, he's still not gonna fail at life.
Facts.
Because Pop set him up. And that's one thing, that's one benefit of having, a guy like that. Pop set him up. It's just really, you just got to step out on faith. And if you believe in it and you confident in your abilities and if I'm given this opportunity, I can do X, Y, Z, stand on it. Stand on business and live in it. And if you fail, it's a lesson. It ain't necessarily a loss. Man, you're 22, 23 years old. You got, potentially a lot of life left.
Yeah. For the most part.
You're doing something that most of us wish we could have did. You started at an NFL game. You're living an NFL dream. It's a real job, but it's not a real job. You know what I'm saying? You're playing a game to make a lot of money, which is, great. I ain't knocking it, but you ain't going out here digging ditches and putting poles in the ground and getting on roofs and plumbing and all that stuff. It's football.
Yeah. It's a different mindset, you know. What do you with that being said, with him dropping to the fifth round?
Ah, we know what that was, man. That's these this kid is in a crossfire between the NFL establishment and his pops. This kid ain't really did nothing to warrant all this stuff. All right, let me ask you this question, Nitro.
Okay,
Do you have habits of your father? Like
definitely.
some things that he's done you kind of picked up as an adult?
If anybody that's had an active father in their
Mhm.
life
Right.
has some habits from their father. It's inevitable.
And that's basically where I was going with it. He's had an active father all his life that he's seen nothing but what, and he don't even take it to the level that Dion do.
No.
He's a toned down version of Prime, but because they hate what Prime did or what he does, they take it out on him. This kid ain't did nothing to nobody yet, but play football.
I,
He. Soon as he get to Cleveland, he go to the schools and kick it with the kids.
yeah.
He donated back to Colorado's collective. He do so much stuff that a lot of people they'll speak about it, but it's one sentence and gone. Kind of like the post game. Good job, Shadur. And went on back to doing something else.
Yo, yo, Stefanski do not like him, coach. He do not like him. You can see it, bro. It's palpable. It's
And a lot of
palpable.
people say I cap for it because they know how I feel about what Dion, what the football player was. But
Yeah.
it's obvious, man. Don't get that. If you got a problem with Prime, figure out a way to take it out on Prime. Let this kid live his own. Let this kid be Shadur Sanders and not Dion's son. Because a lot
See,
of people still treat him like Dion's son.
you know what? This is why I wanted to talk to you. This is why I wanted to touch on this topic, because even with Dion, he hasn't done nothing wrong. To me, it's kind of like when you could do stuff, people want you to be quiet about it,
Right.
especially if you're from a certain hue.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say it like that, a certain hue. They want you to be quiet about it. Dion's been one of those people that tell you what he's going to do, and he goes
Mm-hmm.
out there and does it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He don't take what if he say he gonna do it, for the most part, it's gonna get done.
It's going to get done. And I kind of feel like a lot of people, because it's a mirror of almost yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times what ends up happening is we're not in those predicaments where we can just, when I say it, it's going to happen exactly how I say it. You know what I'm trying to say? We're going to do it and it's just going to work. So I kind of feel like a lot of times it infuriates people because they don't have that ability to do the same thing. And that's across all walks of life. I'm talking white, black, whatever
Right.
else you want to say, were raised, rich,
Mm-hmm.
poor. They don't have to just say, I'm going to do this. And then they have the cash to do it. That's why a lot of people, to me, hated Floyd Mayweather. Because he
Right.
was so in your face. He's like, yo, he can't beat me. I'm gonna beat you. Yeah, and I'm gonna wear a sombrero and do it. And do it all that stupid stuff. And pop, it just punch you in the face. And you're like, man, what's going on? You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? People were watching Floyd to watch him lose, not to watch him
Exactly.
win. You see what I'm trying to say? But they can't do the
Mm-hmm.
same thing with Dion. Because mind you, they said he couldn't be a coach. He wanted to go coach at his alma mater. And they said,
Mm-hmm.
no, 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 no.
And look at them hurting right now, boy. Well, I'll tell you, because I live there. They are hurting. They want to
Yeah,
get rid of that dude so bad, but because they crapped on Taggart for the job that he didn't do,
yeah.
now they stuck because they had to pay. They had to still pay Taggart when he left. Now he had the undefeated season where they quarterback got hurt and they didn't go to the playoffs, and
Mm-hmm.
they gave him a huge extension. Now they can't really fire him because if you fire him, you're looking at like $70 to $80 million that you got to pay a dude to sit on the
to not
couch.
to not be there. That's one thing with coaching too. 100% guaranteed money, baby.
Hey, that's why I was trying to get there. Like, please let me get a P5 job. Give me 2 years. Send me home.
It's
Get
like
me home my
fire
buyout.
me,
Right. Fireman.
send
Y'all,
me
y'all
home.
can have everything in this office as long as I get my buyout.
Bro, people don't realize this, coach. And I said this before. That's why coaches don't view things like our players do.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the NFL, because NFL, your contract isn't worth the paper that is written on. You see
Right.
what I'm trying to say? Coaches have 100% guaranteed contract, and they're going to get every dollar. And then
Yep.
they'll lose their job for, let's say, a $30 million contract, then go and start working while still receiving from that
Mm-hmm.
other job, go to another team, let's say do good for 3-4 years, and then go get another job that is paid. Triple dipping.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Kind of
saying?
kind of like the situation with Taggart when they bought him out And if y'all don't know, Taggart's our running back coach. When they bought him out, he went to FAU or FIU, and all they did was whatever he made at that school, they deducted it from the buyout at Florida State. So if he was getting like $8 million a year from Florida State, and FAU or whatever was paying him two, so I mean Florida State would give him six, and he just get his two. And so when he went to the NFL, they had to go back to get him his full thing because it wasn't a college job no more. So he was getting money from Florida State and the Ravens for a couple of years. Keep in mind, he was a head coach at Oregon for a year too.
Man, it must be nice. It must be nice. That's why I don't think coaches take it as hard as some of them don't, because it's like, I'm gonna be all right. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be all right. This money coming in one way or the other, baby.
Do you know who the least stressed coach in the NFL is?
Yes, Gruden.
No.
It's the
OC. It's the OC for the Steelers. What's his name? He's the OC for the Steelers, and you know why? Because his dad owns FedEx, so he don't care about winning no game. The OC for the Steelers, his dad owns FedEx. He used to be I think he might used to be the head coach for the Falcons.
Hold on, Coach. You can't throw Coach now. Come on now, man. You can't throw something out there like
Arthur Smith. That's his name. His dad owns FedEx.
Frederick W. Smith. Oh, he is a founder and control a significant portion of the company.
Yeah, he ain't got to worry about money ever. His children's ain't got to worry about money. Yeah, and like the Rams say, she did an intern at FedEx. So yep.
And that's crazy because that means his father, bumped shoulders with the owners.
Mm-hmm.
Because you already know when you're in a billionaire circle, you
in that circle.
You in that circle.
Yep.
How much is he worth?
More than I can count.
Hold on. Frederick Smith worth. I gotta check this out. $5.3 billion. Yes! Let's go. Daddy! Listen, Coach, you can fire me every time they fire me. Daddy got me.
So when his plays don't work and y'all don't see him mad, that's why.
That's why. Oh my! No wonder Steelers fans want him out of there. He's like, don't worry about it, guys. Everything's okay. Listen, I'd be stuck like the Joker. My face. I'm sorry, Coach. I told my sisters the other day. She was like, "What would you do if you had $1 billion?" I said, "Smile every day." Like, what else is there to worry about? You're just at that point. You're just maintaining. You're just worrying about your health. Make sure the people you care about is good. There's no more challenges at life. It's like, I want to go to Monaco. Let's go to Monaco.
Well, there are some challenges because there's gonna be a lot of no saying around.
Like, I couldn't be worth it. Listen. I'm a coach. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Keep it a buck. I can't imagine somebody like me with $1 billion. Personally, I can't.
If I won a lottery, I'm going to get my winnings with a ski mask on and a voice changer.
I am the winner.
You may not know. There will be signs, but you're not going to know exactly that's me.
Listen, I might listen. If that thing ever goes up to like a 5, maybe 6 billion, because it's been getting higher and higher. The other day it was at like 3 point something billion, whatever else it was. It gets that high. And if I ever won that, Raven fans, don't worry. I'm buying the team. Owner Nitro. Bro, I can't listen. If I'm the owner, we win it. We win it. We win it at least half sometimes. Sometimes. Tell you that right now. And Harbaugh don't want to see me. I make him come down. I'm like, you got to be dressed in a suit too. I'll be mad strict with him. Like, you want to dress a suit?
Oh, he's still gonna be there?
I can't
glossed over that.
Listen, I can't disrespect. He'll probably be in the company. But I get another head coach. I get a straight up head coach. And I'm going, EDC, let me tell you this right now. If I see 12 picks, you're losing your job. You better start trading. You better trade like you part of the old Boston market. Trade. Stock market. Trade. Like straight up. Like, boy, can you imagine? What would you do? $6 billion, coach.
When you see me watching the Ravens game from a jet hovering over the thing, there will be signs. Why that jet just hovering over the bank? Oh, that's just
Yo,
coach. He watched the game.
yo. Like I thought you weren't supposed to do that. Don't worry, he paid off. He paid off. Then don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
You just circle it.
I shut down every airport in the DFW just so I can hover over here and watch the game. I tell you, there will be signs.
Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, that's crazy. I didn't know that, coach. See what happens when you live, you learn, man. I did not know that.
Yeah,
and he passed away. R.I.P. He did pass away.
Mm-hmm.
Time that was June 20. He just passed away June 2025.
Oh, yeah. This summer then.
Man, but he was.
With that being said, there was some kind of inheritance. So he probably waiting to get fired in Pittsburgh.
Let me go look up Arthur Smith's net worth. Hold on, you done started something, Smith.
Yeah, I'm with Chris. Tides, mom, and constant travel. I'd always be on the go. There's so much of this world I want to see, and to have the means to go do it. Man, like while you looking it up, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. The time I got to go to Hawaii,
yeah,
I've never seen greens in the wild that green. Like their vegetation, like trees and plants and stuff was
where?
so
Where?
in Hawaii.
Ooh, that's because of the lot. That's because of,
I guess the temperature and the climate or whatever. But their greens, we were driving to, I forgot we were driving, the Polynesian Center, and we had to go like through the countryside and just driving through there and seeing the pop of green, and then the different little like the colors were different, like their colors on a different spectrum out in the world. And I think it's because of the climate and the sun and the rain and stuff like that. But it's so many places out there that I want to go to Bali. I'd be constantly traveling.
The soil in Hawaii is different because of the volcanic activity. They said it's extremely like dense within like nutrients and stuff like that. So they said deforestation and everything grows not just exceptionally good or fast, but it has an amazing foundation. So it's like, usually like when you're planting stuff like that, when you plant, it'll kill after a while, like the soil and everything, because it's sucking up the nutrients. It's an abundance of nutrients. So everything is strong, healthy, and it doesn't stop. Hawaii is known for that. The mountains of Jamaica are known for that too.
Okay.
Yeah, the mountains of Jamaica.
When I went there, I didn't leave the so I ain't seen nothing.
Listen, the mountain tribals are crazy because they drive. I just like when I went up there for my grandma's funeral, coach, I promise you, I'm not lying to you. The length of the lane is barely enough for a Fiat.
Wow.
And it's two ways. So, you'll have little ports that if it gets like that, you go over to the side a little bit, you squirt, and then that person squirts next to you like this, and then you keep going. And they bend in them corners like they Vin Diesel. They Dominic Toretto. Like, no, bro. No. Listen, we were in a van and we were going to where my grandmother's house was. Coach, I promise you, when you looked out the window, all you saw was death. Because as soon as you look out the window, it's just a fall. It's like literally like a 200-foot fall into homes that are somewhere and then rocks. And I'm like, bro, driver, drive careful, man. Drive careful. Watch the road. Lord Jesus, somebody pray. Like I was in there wilding, man. I was in there wilding.
Yeah, I know they had, like he said, no barriers. You got to drive because ain't the thing to keep you from falling. You just gotta be good,
bro. No, I'm telling you, coach. You ain't missing nothing. You ain't missing nothing. I promise you, you're not. But guys, look, that's an episode of the Wonder Kid Morning Show. Thank you so much for showing up, Coach. Thank you for being here, man.
Oh, no problem. No problem. You. Always guys, a good time.
Always a good time, man. And the topic was a little more serious than usual.
Yeah. But it's a great conversation. It ended up, it got back light.
Eventually. Yeah. But I definitely loved your perspective. Thanks for being here. Guys, if you have not already done so, please go out there and subscribe, support, like to the Sip to Tally Films. There's another channel that you will see me on on Monday evenings. More Sip the Talent.
Mm-hmm.
Please go out there and support it. We will be live Monday evenings at 7.
Correct.
Coach, are we going to be live this coming Monday?
For sure.
Thank you. So, guys, please be there at 7. We will be going live. It's extra content. We're going to build up that other channel for Coach. Coach going to have 2 of them times.
Gotcha.
And you're going to see Coach more on this one, too.
Anything I appreciate you for having me, man. Appreciate you for having me. Happy Thanksgiving to all y'all. Appreciate all the interaction in the chat. And I think we got a new chat buddy. Looks like he's a Bengals fan.
Oh, yeah. Why do you think about that game before you go?
Oh, man. Like all the records, all the stats, all that stuff, as bad as they are defensively, none of that crap's matter tomorrow.
Exactly.
You got to deal with one of the nemesis of Baltimore, and that is Jamar Chase coming off suspension. With Joe back, with either Joe, honestly, Jamar scares me. I know they terrible defensively, but him by himself scares me. The rest of them I could care less about. Jamar
Higgins is nice too.
But Higgins probably out. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely out. That injury was gruesome.
I think we're gonna win, but Jamar still scares me.
I feel you.
We did have a ball Monday, Chris. We sure did.
Oh, yes, Higgins is injured, guys. Higgins will not be playing, and neither will Hendrickson.
Correct.
Yeah. But, guys, y'all have a wonderful day. God bless. I will be live even on Thanksgiving tomorrow morning, just even if it's for 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Thank y'all so much for showing love and support. Y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. See y'all tomorrow. Coach, you be safe. God bless to you too, sir. And see you later.
Appreciate you. Bye, y'all.
Peace out, guys. Yeah.